Welcome back, everyone. Yesterday was ugly. I don't know about your portfolio. Mine was down to the tune of 52 G's. That is a lot of cheddar. That is a lot of bands. Whatever the young people are calling it. Us old people, that's a lot of work down the drain. Now, the good news, we were up 380,000 in 10 weeks. Now we're up 330,000 roughly. And so my question to you is, would you lock it in? Would you just say, I'm going to lock it in. I'm done. I want to keep that plus the original investment, maybe put it in some treasuries, or you getting aggressive, or well, what would you do if you were a financial planner in managing the fund I share here on YouTube? I'm always interested in hearing other people's opinions. And so personally, you guys know I'm going to go over a little bit of what I'm doing in this video. And do I think XRP, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin are the best cryptos to buy now? Is any crypto the best crypto to buy now? That's the $1,000,000 question. In terms of this portfolio, multi-million-dollar question. We're going to see, because this could end up costing me hundreds of thousands, if not $1,000,000 in losses if I am incorrect. Now, for those who would like to follow along, I'll say it again, hit the subscribe button down below. Big news, if you guys haven't done it, get into the Discord. This is it. We're down, the price raising. We talked about it last night again. And of course, as we go forward, the price raising is coming, and we're going to do it. We finalize the price and what we're doing and everything else. So it's going to be 40% higher for the earner tier. But if you get in today, you are locked in at the lower price, and you can use code MOON to save 50% off your first month. And that is fantastic. So go ahead and do that. You do that with the first link down below. Get grandfathered in before that, and the second link down below gets you over to the webinar where I teach for an hour. You're going to want to check that out. That is awesome. There's no cost for that, and you can learn a little bit about the framework. There you go. There's the two. Now, what am I doing with my portfolio? I got to tell you guys, I know I come on here, I know the charts. I will say my charts, in my humble opinion, are the best out there. There is no one out there that does the charts the way I do and as accurate as I am. In my humble opinion here, and you guys watch the videos, we've been nailing it, calling it, crushing it. And there is no, as you watch this and you guys can see what's going on here with this channel of misery here, we're bouncing up, bouncing down, bouncing up, double top, back down, bouncing back up, got close. Now we're bouncing back down. Until we break out the resistance or the support down here, it's going to stay what you're seeing, a little bit of a pain. This is XRP right now. We just turned bearish. The 5 and 13 are coming down across the 50. That's not a good sign. That's not good. What we need is a nice reversal. I took some risk yesterday. I took some risk. For those who don't know, you didn't watch the video, I'll give you my XRP price prediction. And out of the ones I have in my portfolio, I don't know how this is going to make out. I like it, but it is definitely not holding up to the other three yet. And I'll show what I mean by that. And then maybe that means the coil's pushed down and it's going to spring and give me a bigger burst as we go forward. They got a lot of things they're working on. I love seeing it. But the charts don't lie. We have now moved on the daily candle underneath the 50 EMA. We are getting the bounce back that I expected today. We'll see if that holds. But that takes us over, and because basically the price you're looking at 274. If I get down to 274, and it confirms below there, that's where I have to start considering taking the loss. Because if we fail there, we go into this uncharted territory. You guys can see we have a bottom here, bottom, 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 bottom. In other words, if you fail there, it could just turn into open space, and we don't want that. I don't think that's going to happen either, but you can never tell with the government shutdown, all these things. Eventually, I believe, but before the end of this year, we're going to be happy. And so I am holding it. I'm plugging my nose through some of these big red candles and even buying some of this. I actually bought some Ethereum at the end of the day yesterday to try to get a relief bounce back up today. I did ETHU, which is a two times Ethereum position, and we're going to see if that works out or not. I have a very big Ethereum position, but I've been considering doing a little bit of that ETHU leverage play but I didn't want to do it on a massive green day. I didn't want to do it here. I wanted to do it on a massive red day when everybody was selling. I did that. So my exit is if we confirm, we get down here and we start confirming below the 50, I'm probably going to take a loss. If we can hold and push back up, obviously I'm going to take a really nice win. That's just a swing trade I did. But notice how this is when you look at Ethereum. Nasty little sell-off here. Got back above. Now we're coming back down, and it's above the 50 EMA. It's above the 13 EMA. It's trying to get back above the 5. In other words, it's a really nice looking bullish chart. 54 on the RSI as well. It's still in the bullish area. It's not bad for Ethereum. You get into Bitcoin now, a little bit even better. Why do I say better? Because everything's back up. Even the daily chart right now is at the 5, a little bit above the 5. Not the way, Ethereum's almost there. Bitcoin is there. We're way above the 13. 62 on the RSI, which is nice. In other words, you have profit taking. Why would you have profit taking on Bitcoin? Why would you have profit taking on something that just went to all-time highs and everybody in the whole world are up money? That's why. Because once you get to these all-time high areas, there is some big-time selling pressure for those who buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high, and they just keep rinsing and repeating until you have a breakout to the top. They miss out on a little bit, and they wait for the zones to appear again, and they take advantage of them. In other words, right now you have profit taking, and everybody is self-high-fiving. They're drinking their champagne, they're eating their crayfish out of the creek, and they're just loving life. All right, they're loving life. All right, it's a good day, and I don't blame them. Now me, I'm not done. I'm holding. I'm diamond handing some of this for a while, at least till the end of this year. I was thinking, unless something goes really nasty, that was the game plan. And really nasty has to be really nasty. Like for those asking for like Bitcoin, 108. If we lose 108, then I'll talk to you about maybe making some moves that I don't like to make because it means there could be more pressure. I don't think we're getting back down there, but you never know. Like I said, you never know. Spot ETFs are coming and everything else. I never leave it out of the realm of possibilities for sell-offs. Now we go over to Solana. This is the one I thought would actually outperform everything. I still think it will for the rest of this year. So it had a nice little run, little stock mode unicorn building here, sell off down. I need to push this thing back up, at least above the 5, and I'll be all right. It's above the 50. Notice all the cryptos I showed you. When I say, hey, what's the best crypto to buy now? What is the best crypto? I like to stick to the ones that are trending above the 50 EMA. The 5 and 13 and the 50 are in the right order like they are. And I like to get one that's holding so strong we're up there at the 5 or above the 5. And the RSI, this is at 50 on the dot. And we're just toying with this becoming bearish. We don't want it to. So in other words, we get a few days here in the green, push back up and retest 236. I'll be all happy. If not, we got to keep an eye on this. The 50 EMA is right there. We're looking at 214. If we get down below 214 and confirm, I will tell you right now, we are going back down to the 192 mark. And I don't know if I'll just sit here and blindly hold. What I like to do is to make the moves that a lot of people don't like to make and then buy back in at a cheaper price on that support there. So as you can see, my chart has that support, and we hit up here at this resistance. We were hoping to break back up to the main resistance, but we did not. We got to the 237, not the 230, not the 247. And so there's a lot of things to consider here. But overall, when I look at these markets, I realized they needed a breather. I realized there's a big run up over the last few months. It's been good. Remember, you don't get to the point we are at without a little bit of profit taking. And if you took some profit, congratulations. There is no better sign. There's no bigger flex than when you say, I sold and I was up. Anybody that yells at you for taking a profit, I don't get it. Now, remember, what's the number you need before you would sell? Because some people say, I'd never sell. Then why are you in it? Eventually, it has to be sold to help somebody out. And that, to me, is always the $1 million question. Are you trying to get it up to $1 million? Try to get it to 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 100 million. I know I first got into YouTube. I remember when a guy, he said, hey, I was in the same field you're in, doing all this finance and everything, and he had millions and millions and millions. This is 5 years ago. I think he had like 7 or 8 to $10 million. And he told me, he goes, someday you'll get up to where I was at, and I'm retired now. And I think he was down in Florida. And I remember when I started doing YouTube, I thought to myself, I was flat broke. I had nothing. My wife's cancer took everything away from us. And my kids were in school, college. I had no money. I put all my money towards that. And I remember thinking when that man said that to me, he said, hey, someday, and I don't think it's going to be long, you'll have 7, 8, 9, $10 million. And I thought to myself, there's no freaking way. Remember, at that time, I was teaching $60,000 a year, $63,000 a year. And that kind of number, nah, man. And now I have been investing in front of YouTube for a long time. And of course, we've had ups and downs all the way through, but continuing to do the right moves, following the charts, and continuing to grow and learn. And I hope you guys are too, to where we are now, where the money is being made live in front of everybody. No paywall for that. And that to me blows my mind. To be able to be up about 10 years of my teaching when I first started, 5 years of my ending after teaching for almost 2 decades, that's incredible in just a couple of weeks. So I think more good days are coming for the investing I'm doing, especially crypto. I'm heavy crypto. I got some long dated treasuries as well as a protection. It didn't protect me too much yesterday. It did make money, but hardly any. And now I'm doing a little bit more riskier investing, obviously, and because I'm trying to turn that 2 into a 10. And can I get it up there? You know, we're getting closer. We're going to see how we do. I don't know. You guys let me know if you like the crypto part, or if you think there is a better investment out there. I know a lot of people looking at AI and other things. I think whoever invents the best robot, possibly Tesla, and that it's a home robot, it can do things, they're going to become trillions and trillions of dollars worth of company, like crazy amount of money. All right, if you haven't done it, I'll tell you again, we might even do it tonight. So get in there now. Join the first link down below before we do raise the price. You'll be grandfathered in. That's the main thing. And we have thousands of members. So many people taking advantage of this. So every day I got to be blunt. We get people say, hey, just hold off. I got to get paid. I got to get in there. So we keep hesitating on doing this because, of course, we want everybody to be able to take advantage who can take advantage. Other places will just jack up the price and say you have to pay. We want to grandfather everybody in who has been loyal to the channel and reward you. And that's what we're doing. And so you got Code Moon saves half off of this. But once we change everything, you won't have access to this. So we're delaying it as long as we can here to help. If you want to get in there, click to join. Code Moon saves 50% off your first month, gets you down to 25, and you're grandfathered in. For those who want to do the annual pass, you can save 15%. You're grandfathered in on that as well. That's what I would do. That's your best bet. Second link down below does get you over to the webinar right there. You guys can sign up for this, where I teach for an hour. You guys take advantage of that. There's no cost. Then, of course, down there's Moo. So that's it. That's the update. I'm looking forward to today. No matter what, I'm ready to go. We'll see how it goes, and we'll try to make as much money as we can. I appreciate you stopping by. I will see you in the Discord. Be sure to like and subscribe. Now let's get out there and make some money.